as far as I see the audiences, we have with us scholars, we have got already the doctorates with us. But no matter today, I will say the framework or the scenario has been changed. Research has become a very important part of every academician, every student. So we need to have some academic skills, which has to be very comprehensive, and we need to have with us, maybe for proposals, project proposals, for dissertations, thesis, paper writing, or more. We always, even for blog writing, we need content, and we our content has to be perfectly written. So let's start with the presentation and the workshop. My sessions will be are divided into two parts. The day one will be covering your academic writing skills, the tips and tricks, and some AI based tools, which I'll be sharing with you. And I'll be sharing you lots of resources which will be helpful to you. And the day two will cover Mendeley, that is your reference management tool. We'll be having hands on, and tomorrow means everybody will be at the end of this 2 day workshop. You'll be able to actually know how to write, and you'll come to know how to manage your references, which is very important. Maybe you're writing thesis or a dissertation paper, manuscript, or anything. So let's start. Let me start with my presentation. Shivangi, please help me knowing whether I am audible and my screen is visible.
Sure, ma'am.
Shivangi, screen is visible.
No, ma'am, screen is not visible.
Please check once more.
No, ma'am, it's not visible.
Okay, give me one more minute. Please check now.
Yeah, ma'am, it's visible.
Thank you so much, Shivangi, for moderating the event. So, let's start with our $1 million question: how to write effectively. So the top reasons, the outline for our workshop for today will be the top reasons for our research paper rejections. How can you improve your writing skills? Various tips, useful resources, and skill sets of a researcher. Gold mine for a researcher, and how to avoid plagiarism, and useful AI-based tools for academic writers. So first of all, I will give you one very important tip, that if you are writing thesis, you have to give 100 hours per week to complete your PhD in 3 years. This is one of my mentor, Mr. Bhim Singh. He has shared with me. I'm sharing with you people to start my session. This is the tip that you should learn by doing. So whenever I talk about academic writing, you have to write. Actually, you have to write it yourself. Now, how can you do that? Let's see. So first of all, a very basic thing which everybody might knew, or maybe many of you might not be knowing. Any one of you, if can tell me what do you mean by manuscript? Please, at times you when I am going to ask you something, please switch on your. You can unmute your audio and answer. Anyone who can tell me a simple meaning of manuscript? Shivangi, I am audible.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay, I think our audiences are not interested to give me answer. No problem. So let me tell you a little difference. What is a draft? What is manuscript? What is preprint? What is paper? And what is an article? First, we must know, because these words we use them interchangeably, but without knowing the meaning. So this is a very important terms which are used in peer-reviewed papers. So my text when I start writing is a draft until I submit it to a journal, at which point it becomes a manuscript. When the manuscript is accepted, it becomes a preprint, and when it gets published, it becomes a paper. which is also synonymous to article. That is why in the thesis itself there is you can say the portion at the end where you people have to give the preprints. So preprint means when the paper has not been published. So this is the various phases through which your writing goes on. Maybe you are stopped at some point and you have to rewrite, or maybe you have to revise your paper or an article. So let's see again, what are the reasons, top reasons for your research paper rejections? When I here I am not going to discuss anything related to the structure of a paper, but I am going to speak more about the editorial reasons, like poor choice of vocabulary, domain area is not within the scope of the journal, then the author guidelines stipulated by the journal are not followed, and you have used too many references from your co-author's past work, or you may say self citations. So, this is very important. This portion will be covered tomorrow. Referencing is as important as your observation experiments or the data analysis. Referencing is very important. And too many references is also not good for a paper if you have not used them anywhere. That will give you a hint of many, you can say, manipulations. The other person will get that you have manipulated. So that can fall into the rejection. Then, references used do not have enough impact or they are too old. So, I would request everyone who is writing thesis, dissertation, project, anything, please do avoid writing references which are very old. Yes, at times we need to write, but do not just populate all the references from the old version. Next, the poor language quality or the choice of words. This is very important. We need to choose our words very consciously. So the arguments are not clear, invalid, or illogical. The language, structure, or figures are not clear. This is very important. You should always label the figures, always label the table, and it should be very much clear. It's some journals don't allow you to put the picture as an image. You have to paste the table as it is. So that depends on the journal or the project or the or any other agency where you are submitting your intellectual property. You have to look on. The same article was found to be submitted to multiple journals. You have to take care. If you are submitting your article to one journal, you cannot submit the same article to various journals at the same time. So, research is not of enough impact for the journal. This is also important to know. And lack of proper structure or not following the journal formatting requirements. Now, how can you cope with it? You normally every journal or you can say the project or thesis in the starting they provide you the formatting guidelines. You need to follow them, and even you can go and check their past submissions and just copy the format or check how the others have written whose manuscript or whose work was accepted. So, next, it has got a poor language quality such that it cannot be understood by the readers. So, please write in a simple language, don't write in a complex way. And taking the ideas and work of other scientists without giving them credit. This is very important. Nowadays, you people might have heard, everybody is from a research background here, that we need to check or we need to give the due to the previous researchers whose work we are actually looking in our paper, or we are taking the ideas. We cannot copy paste the others work. So the aim of the workshop is basically to give you the remedial measures. So tips for writing, useful tools. Then how can you increase your citation? Understanding plagiarism. Then use of good reference managers like Mendeley, Google Scholar, Zotero, etc. So let's start with the tips for effective writing. One very important thing I would like to request the audiences, the respected audiences, I will say, that any point of time, if you have any question, you just put in the chat box. The moderator will take care of your queries, and at the last, we can have a brainstorming session about your queries. So let's start with the tips for effective writing. It is often easier to start with the literature review and then write the methodology. Yes, if you are writing a paper or you're writing a thesis, always start with your literature view and your methodology first. Don't write the introduction, because see, it is, even if I talk, I have just submitted my thesis, whatever I am discussing with you today are out of my experience, I will say. If I start, if ever I write a paper, I always start with my literature review. Why? Because the introduction part may change, because today I have started writing my paper, it may take 3 4 months to complete my paper. So many things come and many things are omitted, many things are coming in my way of research. So don't form the introduction, go for the introduction and conclusion at the last. So the introduction may be the last part you write, and you may wish to rewrite it once you have finished to reflect the flow of your arguments as they are developing. Next, this is very important. Please keep in your mind that always you divide the structure of, see, structure of the paper for the paper thesis is different for different colleges, for different universities, for different journals. You need to follow their structure only. But in all, in a generalized way, if I want to guide you, or I would like to suggest you, that always keep the 10% of your paper towards your introduction, and divide it in such a way that 80% forms your main text and 10% forms your conclusion. This will give a balanced approach to the paper. So, in the introduction part, always engage the reader by introducing your topic. You identify the issues you have brought to explore. Okay. Then the main text, which is normally divided into paragraphs, should, every paragraph should have some introduction, body, and conclusion. Just don't form the paragraphs. In the paragraph also, you give some introduction, body, and conclusion. And at the end, when you are writing a conclusion, you always summarize it and with the main theme. And one more very important tip: many times I have seen the papers, when they complete their paper, they are writing something, a new argument in the last conclusion. Don't do that. Always you need to never present a new argument. Always summarize what you have already done. Then, based on the topic of your research, always identify 2 or 5 keywords you can use. See, when you write a paper, writing a paper is not only a formality for a teacher, or formality for a semester work, or formality of your thesis. You have to look on to the long impact on your academic career. How? Because you need to always increase your search ability online, because tomorrow you are in your career graph. This is very important. What is your research work? What is your intellectual property which you possess? And how people will come to know when they search you online. So whenever you are writing a paper, always in the starting only, don't do reverse engineering. Always we have to go in a feed forward way, that we will be searched by people, and we have to increase the search ability online. How can we do that? Means this is somewhat related to, you can say, search engine optimization. When you are writing your paper based on the topic of your research, always identify 2 or 5 keywords you can use. Now this is not the only keyword which in the structure near the beneath the abstract you have to write. These are the keywords, not only that keyword, these are the keywords which you will be using again and again. First of all, the title of the research or of your paper should incorporate those keywords. That will help in your SEO. Okay, means people will actually, when they write the keywords, they will be directed, the algorithm behind the search engine will take you to your paper. Once they read your paper, naturally you will be only cited when somebody reads your paper. If somebody find it useful, naturally he or she is going to use it in their paper, and they are going to give you due importance by citing you. Okay, so you have to incorporate the keywords in all the parts of your content, not only the abstract or the title, but the headings, the subheadings, keyword section, graphics, tables, even figures, file names. These are all your, you can say, tags. And if any time you find difficulty in deciding your keywords, there are so many tools like Google AdWords, Google Trends. You just type your topic there. They will help you to suggest various suitable keywords. So this is very important tip. Maybe you people are aware or may you not be aware. Nobody told us, because we this is my 14 years of my academic career, and I have also written many papers. But yes, these are the small things which nobody actually tells us. So today we feel yes, we lagged in that. But after doing these all, the increase, you can actually increase your searchability. So you need to keep a balance between your content and its searchability online. And when very important thing, do not use too many keywords. Always decide 4 or 5 keywords that are enough, more than enough. So because why I am saying so? Because sometimes keyword stuffing means more than too many keywords might get your article unindexed. Now, what is index and index? This is the terms related to search engine optimization. Many of you technical people might be knowing about it. How actually the algorithm behind the search engine works. It works on the formula, in they have to do indexing. So if you are using so many keywords, then it will be unindexed. Don't do that. Next, always write in third person. This is very important. The students or the new scholars who are today with attached with us, they might be knowing this. Means at times we find it very difficult by writing our thesis, that in which form I have to write. So we always should, the recommended way of writing is in third person. And whatever style is preferred, aim to keep your language simple and jargon free. Any sentence that runs to more than 3 lines needs to be cut down or split. Don't means, because paragraph is something else. I am talking about sentences. Don't write big sentences. Write a sentence of 1 or 2 lines, not more than that. Keep splitting your document. Then keep your language formal and avoid language of everyday speech. I'll give an example for that. Like if I say Cinderella was mellow and good, she never let her stepmother get to her. So don't write this. Instead of writing this, we can say Cinderella was a mild mannered and kind. She never let her stepmother affect her high spirits. So this is the difference. Going in a writing in a day-to-day manner and writing in a formal way. Further in my, when I proceed further, this I will make you understand is sometimes if our native, because 90% you have to submit your papers in English language, and maybe many of don't have the English as a native language. They may face difficulty. For them, there are tools. We will be discussing it further. Then, when you're introducing and discussing other people's opinion, use the present tense. I'll give an example. Mills believe or Mills claims rather than Mills believed or Mills claim. Why we are writing so? Because by putting them in the past tense, if I'm writing somebody's work and I'm just putting them into, I'm forming a past tense out of it, this shows that their work is now outdated, or nobody wants to use their work now. So don't write in that way. Always write in a, you can say, others in present tense. Okay. Yes, if somebody has died, if you know that, then you may write in past tense. Now, avoid phrases like due to the fact, okay, because don't write this, write because. In addition, no, do not use this word, write additionally. In order to, just write to. In the first place, no, write first. A considerable number, no, write many. Whether or not, write whether. So these are the simple tips. I have a document with me. I'll share it further. That will be very handy for you people. You always avoid personal subjective words such as interesting, nice, wonderful, worthwhile, usual, natural. Avoid these type of words. Okay. And while writing in a form of a debate, if you're expressing something, you have to, if you don't know of something certainty about that thing, there's lack of certainty, use phrases like it appears to, tends to, may possibly, probably, apparently, generally, seemingly, often. The evidence suggests that in some cases, use such words. This will help you. Then, avoid abbreviations. Yes, please avoid abbreviations. Like I'm written DP. DEPT dot. No, write the full name. Okay, unless you are using common abbreviations like that is, you may use. Write in full first usage and follow with abbreviations. Like if I'm writing National Health Service, then you may write both the thing, abbreviate also and the full form also. Avoid contractions like they are, can't, isn't. Please do not use these words. You always write in full, or and avoid over reliance on quotations. Do not copy large chunks of text, either use them as appropriate quotation form or paraphrase. Means this I will tell you that sometimes when we are talking about plagiarism, we can use quotations, but you don't overuse quotations. They should be used in support of an argument, but not instead of writing the quotations. You may use, but avoid using quotations. Then make sure you use the correct tense and be consistent with it. Be more assertive while writing in the present tense. I already told you, write in present tense. It is a common practice to use the future tense in the introductory sections. When you are writing the introductory section, write in future tense. Whole of the paper, write in correct present tense. Okay, like I give an example, the purpose of this essay will be to explore. This essay will explore. The future tense can sound uncertain and unconfident. That is why we are writing in introductory section. Then make sure that your spell checker is set to UK. Yes, by default we have when in our, if I talk about Windows MS Word, by default it is an American. It is set to the American spell checker, but you may change it and change it to UK spellings, not American spellings, as there are number of important differences. Z and S. There's so many, so that things actually may harm your readability. Then avoid misusing or misquoting a well-known phrase. Uh, and now I will like to share with you. I'll share the material with you through Madam Shivangi. So first of all, I would like to show you one page where I have written more than 100 statements which you can actually use for writing a effective paper, or while writing your literature review, you can use these statements. So that are, here are some useful statements you can see. I am not going to read out these because this will already take time. Randomly, I will speak some lines like, when I am writing literature review, I can say this: the literature review shows that seminal contributions has been made by this and this author. Then several theories have been proposed too. The majority of prior research has applied this. Some authors have driven the further development of this. This section presents a review of recent literature. So these are some statements which can be very handy for you, everyone, especially those who are writing thesis. When we write thesis, we need to write literature about 40 pages. At that time, we need some, because actually in literature review we don't have any choice. We have to look onto the others paper and we need to summarize them. While summarizing, sometimes we find it very difficult to paraphrase, so we should have some handy statements with us. Then by writing limitation of previous research, again I have written some statements, you may use them. Like if I have written a line, historically there has been a great deal of confusion in the literature regarding, they are rarely analyzed in the literature. Previous studies have almost exclusively focused on. You may use these statements. Then, for the research questions, again, I have some statements like, this study offers a test of dash research questions. In order to properly address this question, we have this. The critical open question is whether, so you use them. Many of you might be students who are writing their projects, even they have to write the objectives, they use these lines. Then research to be explored. Again, I have this paper addresses dash, so far lacking in the scientific literature. More systematic and theoretical analysis required for this. So these are some handy statements, more than 100 statements, which will be shared with you all. You may use it whenever you require. Let's go further. Ready to use vocabulary, I have just shown you. I have not read all the statements, but yes, you can find it interesting at times. Then next very important thing is avoid repetition. Like I'm writing a line called, the stepsisters were jealous and envious. Now, this is illogical. Writing jealous and envious are the same thing. Jealous and envious are having a same meaning. So don't do repetitions like this. Then try to use active voice. Okay. Now, sometimes the most common writing style is APA style. APA normally stresses to use active voice or and passive voice can cloud the meaning of your sentences. Like stepmother house was cleaned by Cinderella. Okay, this is a passive. Say, don't use passive, use Cinderella cleaned the stepmother house. But here we have an argument. Some styles ask you to write in passive and some ask you to write in active. If you do not know which one to use, I will suggest always write in active voice. Avoid writing in passive voice. And the most common style APA always stresses to write in active voice. Then keep your language formal and avoid language of everyday speech. This I've already covered. Give yourself a plenty of time to proofread your work. Yes, the time of writing and proofreading should be equally balanced. Don't just write and submit. You need to look on for your proofreading work. Okay, then collect as many references as possible in your research area. So for referencing, ask such questions from yourself, like have you referenced all of your resources? Are all of the references accurate? Are all of the references in your essay, in your article? Do not just copy paste the references of other people's work into your paper. That will create a big plagiarism, give you another dimension for plagiarism, I will say. Then always, and it, do not do this ki you have used the references but you forgot or you skipped to mention in bibliography. Don't do that. Now, next, very important thing. What is citation and citation style? So, a citation is a way of giving credit to the individuals for the creative and intellectual works that you're utilizing to support your research. It can also be used to locate a particular source and combat plagiarism. If you are citing others' work, naturally your plagiarism will come down, the similarity will come down. So, what is citation? It is basically it include your author's name, date, location of the publishing company, the title of the journal, and the DOI, the digital object identifier. A citation style. Now, what is a citation style? How to write this form? What is the order of writing this all? Means where should the journal title come? Should it come at the beginning or it should come at the end? So this is the various styles. Three very common styles which you may see are APA, MLA, and Chicago Turban style. And we have many more styles. I have only mentioned three styles here. So there are many different ways of citing, means how the ordering is being done. Ordering of this, the title, the location, the DOI and all. So you this always depend on which style you have to follow. If you do not know anything, your journal has not mentioned anything, or your teacher has not told you anything while submitting your projects or your paper, you may always go for an APA style. But if your journal is specifically telling you to use other style, you need to follow those styles. So it depends on your and this will become very easy tomorrow when we will be using Mendeley. You'll come to know one very important thing. Any style anybody tells you, that will be done on the click of a mouse. That will not be difficult for you people with Mendeley. So how you increase your citation content? Okay, how you increase your citation count? You are a researcher today, but tomorrow you will be a very big academician. And academician is normally known with his citation. Means how many people have actually read your article and use your article in their research. Because research is a relay race. You are doing something, tomorrow another person is going to do other thing. But yes, he or she is going to use your ideas or whatever you have done or whatever you have not done. It all depends on the scope. So citation is very important. So you a consistent form of your name, this is also very important. Actually I did a mistake. I saw at in my papers, many at times I wrote Radhika Thapar, and in some papers I have written Radhika Soni. But over the time I realized that this is my biggest mistake which I did. Why? Because when somebody is going to look for my name, or the various social media platforms are not going to count my work there. Why? Because there is consistency missing in my name. So always use a consistent form of your name on all of your papers. Using the same name on all your papers will make it easier for others to find all your published work. Now, I would like to ask one question from the audience. I just want to see how people are attentive in my this session. How many of you have your ORCID identification number? How many of you have ORCID identification number with you? Anyone? Not yet. No problem. But I'm happy people are responding. See, you can respond in the chat box. That will be very good. Okay, Dr. Mary has. Okay, okay. I don't have. Majority are saying they do not have. I would request everyone today itself go and check what is this number. I'm going to tell you. Let's see this. This is actually when you go for a. Just give me a minute. Now, ORCID is an alphanumeric code. Okay, means it is not, I will not say in a very simple way, like normally for every database handling part, we have our Aadhaar card or a PAN card. Similarly, in your research today, when you are giving, you're submitting your paper to a reputed journal, that journal will always ask for your ORCID number. So, what is ORCID? It is a non-proprietary alphanumeric code, you can say, which will uniquely identify your scientific and other academic authors' contributors. Every author will have its ORCID number. You do not have to do anything, just go and write on your address bar ORCID page will come where you have to create your login. When you create your login there, the site will give you an ORCID number. Preserve that number and use that number wherever it is asked for. And for better searchability, I will suggest you people to include this ORCID in your email signature as well. Link that ID to your publication list so that anyone you email has access to your publication. I think I should halt and just make you realize what is ORCID. I think it is important for you all, because nowadays if you do not have ORCID, then you are not able to actually publish your work also. See, orcid.org. Please, you may write somewhere. Just go and sign in. First, register yourself. When you register yourself and you get your ORCID number, okay, and that will be your online visibility. I will say this is a very big database that helps you to that actually connect all the researchers and various research platforms, and it will give you somewhat. I'll show you one ORCID number. I hope my ORCID will come here. You will see. Okay. Shivangi's screen is visible now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I just wanted to show the ORCID number actually. See, Shivangi, can you see this? This is an ORCID ID of mine. This is ORCID.
Yeah, ma'am.
So this is very important. I will ask everyone today that go and create your ORCID ID. This will help you to submit papers in a reputed journals. Okay, I have copied it here, my ORCID ID. So I told you this is an alphanumeric code. Okay, and when I am already there on the ORCID, at times the journal will fetch this number itself. Next. Now, very important, you have to actively promote your article. Okay, article means, now what is article? I started with this only, the thing which is already published. So once your article, if it is not published, please do not share. Maybe someone can use it for their own purpose. Okay, once it is published, start promoting your article. Share your paper with your friends, reviewers. Okay, and you can increase the number of links by sharing it on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, websites that you contribute to, like you, and create your ID on your research gate, create your ID on Google Scholar, add your papers, add your articles there, and add it to your institution's repository, maybe a portal or something like that, wherever you are connected with. Then even in tomorrow will be you looking Mendeley, you can add your papers there, your own website, your academic institution's website, Facebook groups, add your paper there, ask people to check their paper, take their feedback, and actually this will help you. People will read your paper again and again saying, when people read your paper, then only they will cite your paper, because nobody knows that means maybe you have not used keywords, maybe from tomorrow when you start writing you are going to use some keywords, but till date you have not used keywords. So how people will come to know that you have written something? When you will share with them, they will read and they will cite, and once they cite, and citation is a great, you can say, this you can say it's the asset for an academician. Okay, so let's check for the plagiarism part. Now, what is the plagiarism? There is two important thing. Normally, when we always have, no one can tell that your document is plagiarized. When you submit your paper, you submit your thesis, you submit your dissertation, the institute or the journal will check your paper under good reputed well-known plagiarism softwares. They will give the report, and they will give the report of the similarity index, means how much you have copied from somewhere. So presenting, and you have copied someone's idea and you have not cited it. So presenting another's idea as if they are your own, either directly or indirectly. This maybe you have not done deliberately, but accidentally it happens. So that is your plagiarism. Copying, pasting text, images without saying where they have come from, not showing when a quote is a quote, summarizing information without showing the original source. This all comes under plagiarism. Changing a few words in a section of your text without acknowledging the original author. This is again comes under your plagiarism. So avoid plagiarizing. How can you that? Always give the original author the credit for their own ideas. Keep track of the sources you consult in your research, and paraphrase or quote from your sources and add to your own ideas. You can use others' work, but you please convert it into your own words. Credit should be given to the original author, and always first check your paper, or you go for a plagiarism checker before you submit. Now let's start with the plagiarism checker part. Now this is clear. If you not copy paste from a journal article, if you need to, and if you want to cite someone's work as it is, then always put them in quotation marks. Yes, if you want that, if you cannot change anybody's work, maybe some formula you are using, then give it into a quotation marks, just write it in quotation marks, so that you will remember that they are direct quotes and need to be acknowledged as such. Then how can you bring the plagiarism down? By quoting. This I told you, put the quotation marks. Okay, place copied with quotation marks, include as a text citation. Next, you can paraphrase, to involve putting a section of a text in your own words, change the words, phrasing of the original text, keep the original meaning of the text, include in the text section. Then summarizing involves stating the main ideas, finding of a text, presenting a journal overview, including a text citation. Then, now what are the various tools for checking the plagiarism? This is very important, because once you send your paper, final paper, and once they are checking your plagiarism and the similarity index is not acceptable, then your paper gets rejected. So what is the remedial measure? The thing is, you should first check your paper at your own end. Now, please, you may see these are, I have quoted some software names here, which you can check for a possible plagiarism. But, but the problem is this, the tools which are free, the plagiarism tools which you find on the internet and they are free of cost, they do not give you a genuine reports. Yes, authenticate by Turnitin. Yeah, please look on to the various tools. Scribr, Ephrus, Cotext, Compalicho, Bibme, PlagScan, Plagrome, Authenticate by Turnitin. Now, Authenticate by Turnitin is free, but it do not allow you to check the whole paper in one go. You have to check the paper into fragments, I will say. But yes, you can check if sometimes because the other softwares, these softwares are quite costly. We cannot afford these softwares sometimes. So we can use Authenticate by Turnitin, and its free version which allows you to check your work in the form of paragraphs. It will not allow you to check the whole paper. And some of you have to check on the internet these all softwares. Some softwares give you a trial version of 14 days also. So please check. But what I recommend is the most reliable one is, as far as my experience is concerned, it is Turnitin. Okay, so it is the worldwide spread use. It is used by every university, I will say, and it's very comfortable to use. So it makes its plagiarism. It's a plagiarism prevention software. Okay, so let's see how the Turnitin works. First of all, how many of you have used Turnitin? And I would like to know first. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are
Please
audible.
write in the chat box. Keep writing in the chat box. Not yet. Next. Yes, ma'am. Next. Many of them have used. Maybe I think those who are already established academicians, they have used Turnitin, but many of them have not used. No issues. We can see how to use it, but okay, no issues. Mona Lisa is saying she has used. So, one of you who have used, please let me know something about it. Please switch on the audio. I would love to interact because it's 47 minutes. I am only speaking. I need to listen to the sweet voice of my audiences. Any one of you. One of you, please help me speaking.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, ma'am. I'm
Yes.
Alexa Singh,
Yes,
and
Mona Lisa.
I am working in IIT Tirupati. So
Okay.
while
Good to
doing my
know.
yeah, thank you, ma'am. So while doing my literature review work, I have used this Turnitin app. So many
Okay.
times
Okay.
when we are putting our file in Turnitin,
Yeah.
the it will give a file in
Hmm.
which your copy, paste, or any kind of plagiarism is there. If it is there, then it comes
Hmm.
in different colors that you have to rectify later, and
Okay.
some green color pages are
Yeah,
there,
yeah, yeah. Thank you,
and
Mona
it
Lisa.
shows you the percentage of plagiarism
Yeah.
also.
So it helped you to improve your work.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
It
okay,
has
okay,
helped me a lot so that
okay,
I can see where I'm doing mistakes.
okay.
Yeah.
Now, thank you, Mona Lisa. Actually, when I
Thank you.
talk about students, the Turnitin accounts. Let me first make it very much clear. Turnitin is very useful, but the accounts are majorly for the institutions. If you are connected with some institution as a student, you may get the account. Or I will suggest there are many people nowadays who provide you student accounts. You just take an account on a nominal price, okay, and when you are doing your thesis or dissertation work, just hire the services for 1 month or 15 days and keep checking your reports. Bring your similarity index down or minimum, then only submit your work. Now, if I would like to give you show you how the Turnitin works and how we can minimize our work. For example, I just want to check one of my paper. I don't know what percentage. This is my paper. This one more tool I will talk to you later is Grammarly. I think I should talk in parallel only. Uh, Screen is visible, Shivangi?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am, it's
Okay.
visible.
Okay. Everyone, I will just tell you what is Grammarly, what is Turnitin, what is Quillbot. Now the time, because I think by 6:30 our session has to be completed. So I would directly switch on to the tools which will help me. Again, I am telling you about three tools. One is Grammarly. Okay. I will just read out from my slides also, and I will share you the link also. One is Grammarly, that is free, okay, but some features are available freely. Grammarly, Quillbot, and Turnitin. When you have these three things handy with you, you can easily do the proofreading of your work, especially people who are writing thesis. I have seen many of people are spending so much money getting proofreading services hired from outside, and they're spending so much, wasting your money and time. So you can do it yourself. Even if you're writing a paper for a good journal, you then also you need these three tools. Again, Grammarly, Quillbot. This is my recommendation. There are many other tools, but these are personal recommendation mine, because I have used these tools and I have completed my I will say writing part with this pandemic has actually given me so much of time that I completed my thesis writing in 3 months. Though my work was done earlier, but writing takes time. I did in 3 months because of these three tools. So let's see how these work. First of all, I talk about Grammarly. I will show you how to uh, download it, but first see the screen. You can see a tab called Grammarly on the right side. I have logged in Grammarly because I am having a premium version of Grammarly. When I have premium version means paid. I have a paid account with me. If I have that, then I get a plugin which automatically gets stick in my MS Word window. You can see here the Grammarly has come. Now please see this document. This is my paper which has got many silly mistakes, you can see. First of all, look here. The spacing part, this space, and many other things which my normal grammar, the grammar of my word will not help me. For example, I am looking into in fact. I click here. First of all, I look here. See here. I will click here. This coronavirus, I have not used a comma here. Okay, and this Grammarly is giving me, is recommending me to use comma. I now comma has come. Now here, there is extra spacing. Just keep clicking on the words and looking onto your right side, and this is happening. You can say it is giving me the suggestions. Like I've written a regular problem. It has become a regular problem in the world of any person. So now the suggestions given by Grammarly are, he's saying you can use the word like a common, a chronic, or recurring. So it has become a regular problem. I am using a word what the Grammarly has suggested, a recurring problem. Okay. Then again, effect of coronavirus, and in the comma I have some mistake. So it is giving me inconsistent capitalization. If I do not want to change, I'm not changing. The paper aim, okay, just this I have updated. Okay, this way you can see the whole document. All the mistakes are highlighted in red, and the solution is given me in at the right side. I can just click here, okay, and it is also telling me that I have used passive voice. Change it into the active voice. So this is very helpful, I will say. Now let's look on to the Turnitin part. Now, once you have your Turnitin account, okay, what you have to do is just put your report, put your paper. Okay, this is my Turnitin account. I am just uploading my paper. I will show you how helpful it is. Okay, I am submitting my paper. This is a submit. Just write title, any title I will say. I am writing workshop, means, okay, workshop. Choose your paper, whatever paper where I will store. Paper, open, upload. paper is this does not take much of time, but yes, getting the report takes 30 minutes sometimes. It depends on the length of your paper. Even you can check your paper at one go, about 200 pages you can check in one submission. So this is my paper. I have seen confirm.
Ma'am, good evening. This
Good
is
evening,
Satbir
sir.
Singh. I'm sorry
Hello, sir.
that I'm sorry that I joined very late. Your session is very
Okay.
insightful and very useful, ma'am. Thank you very much.
But you have heard something?
Yeah, for the last 5 minutes, I'm seeing you
Oh,
explained
oh.
grammarly and then you are
Yes,
explaining
sir. Yes,
Turnitin.
sir. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for the for such nice words, sir. This is helping me or motivating me to go ahead. Thank
No, no,
you.
it's very
Huh.
wonderful. Your voice is clear. Your style
I'm
of
so
explanation
happy.
is very bad, very nice, ma'am. Thank you very much.
That okay. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to know that. I'm always there for everyone. So all respected, because many of the audiences are already, I think, they're well-versed scholars or well-versed researchers. So I have to learn from you people even. This is only out of my experience. How can I cope with my writing skills? So here are we. My paper is submitted. You can see a word called processing. This is because this is my student account. I have also taken a student account from my institute. So this is processing. It may take time. I have already done for you people ready. We can look onto the report which is ready. It takes time, sometimes 5 minutes, 30, maximum 30 minutes. So please check this report.
Ma'am, can we download it from internet for
Yes,
some time?
you have a
This
trial
turn,
version, sir.
okay,
Yes, you have a trial version for Turnitin, but that is that with the limited features.
okay,
But so you can contact me. I'll tell you because I have also taken account. Nowadays, actually, people are collaborating and they are taking the institution account and they actually make accounts as for the students. So you can
okay,
just take account from them for 1 month or 2 months for which
okay.
you are doing work. That
But
helps.
ma'am, but
So please, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So carry on. Hello.
sorry. These requirements of such kind of softwares, it will be a need for approximately 3 to 4 years minimum for research scholars.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
what is
yes,
your
sir.
suggestion, ma'am? Because
Sir,
one
I
month.
will suggest that, sir, I will suggest if you have a group, if I
Okay,
talk about myself, if you have a
okay,
group of 5 or 6 people or 10 people, why
okay,
not buy a genuine Turnitin account? And
okay,
actually, you can share the passwords because they do not have any limit of checking the papers.
okay,
So
ma'am.
if
Okay.
5 or 10, if you have a group, like if I talk about today, we are having 40 people. Out of this
Yes.
40, if 10 or 20 collaborate and buy a Turnitin account, and
Okay.
they can actually go for that.
Okay. Nice suggestion. Nice suggestion. We will do that. Thank you.
Actually, we did that actually, na, so that helped us. So let's see this now. This is my Turnitin. Actually, how it helped me is if I am having my software with me, actually I can see that what are my the places where I have been asked that where I have been plagiarized the work. So first of all, I need to apply some filters here. You can see this is a filter. In my filter, normally we always exclude the quotes because the quotes are always excluded when you check your plagiarism. And I am excluding my bibliography also. And I am similarity index. It depends on the your university how much it is allowed. Like where I have submitted my thesis, there 10% similarity means a line with 10 words. After 10 words only they will check for the similarity. You may go for 5. Okay, we'll go for 5. Okay, I have written 5 and I have applied. Now first I will have my see, it is come to 0% actually. I'm not applying. Now, my plagiarism is coming to 7%. If my journal asks me that it should be below 5%, now how I will bring it down? First of all, you can see here, uh, the Turnitin also gives us, if it is having inbuilt ETS with that, okay, this is a grammar part. First of all, I am hiding it. I don't want this. I just want this. Okay. Now you see here. 3%. When I am looking for the plagiarism part, the plagiarism which is greater than 1%, first of all, check that part. Just double click here. Okay. Now you can see only this much word 2019, comma China. You can see here. This is something I have taken from a newspaper, and maybe this is coming in the form like it is saying it is plagiarized. This is the source is also being mentioned. I will just click here. I'll come to know about the source also. That this though I have not copied, but yes, the Turnitin software has catched me up. That same line is written here. See, I just clicked there. I came to the newspaper. As it is copied from here. So what I will do is I will actually use this URL as my citation now. Okay, so that my plagiarism comes down. This way it can help me out. Again, let's see next. If I am double clicking it here. Okay, now the plagiarism is coming here. Somebody might have submitted something to this University of Portsmouth, and they have also written table number 6, model, summary, and ANOVA. So this is a similar line. So maybe I will change this. I will paraphrase it. I can write just ANOVA, or I will just put ANOVA into quotation, and I will bring it down. So this way, actually, this software is very genuine software, and you can use this to minimize the similarity or minimize your work. Now, how you paraphrase, for that, I will again tell you one more tool. I think I should now move to next tool. Anybody else who wants to know something else about Turnitin? Any doubt with this reporting system?
Ma'am,
Yes, sir. Ma'am.
Can you tell me about the price of this Turnitin? How much it will cost?
It is into dollars. Actually, they have.
Can you give
This is
a
into dollars.
rough amount?
I think, ma'am, it's about on internet. Though you'll get the information, it's about $10 to $12 a month if you are taking a monthly subscription for this tool. But I will suggest if you maybe your institute might. Some people might be having institutions account at their places. Request your institute to give you a student account. That will be more affordable. And many other third parties are giving, ma'am, to nowadays the third parties give you reports, or even they give you accounts. I'll tell you at the end how you get the account.
Suggested that you can purchase it in a group also. That was a very nice suggestion. That's why I was asking.
Yeah. That's good, ma'am. So should I move forward?
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Let's see here. Now let's come back to our PPT. Okay. Now when
Madam,
you
all doubt.
Yes, sir.
Madam, I heard in one small seminar that one
Yes, sir.
candidate told that he has given his paper to some institute for
Yeah,
publishing. It was rejected. So
Okay.
later, after modification, he has given it to some other person, and
Yeah.
then it is shown that his whole paper is plagiarized.
Okay.
So
Sir,
the
at
paper has
okay.
saved it as a paper or something. He was referring to this.
Okay. Sir, yes, this is a problem. What happens is, this is actually now when you have a Turnitin account, like if you have an institution's account, it is just like a server. Okay. When people are submitting their work to Turnitin, maybe if I'm a student and another student has copied my work and he has also submitted to the Turnitin. Turnitin first checks it within itself the work. Okay, so then it checks to the global databases. First it checks within the Turnitin itself. So that is the case. That is why his paper got rejected.
How to deal with such thing?
So that thing we have to paraphrase. We have to change the writing part.
No, what I am telling.
Every time. And I will also suggest, when you are submitting your paper, once you've already submitted your paper and you're submitting it again somewhere, you need to paraphrase it.
The whole paper has to be rewritten.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Even, sir, even I am in, I have a fear that while writing your thesis also, at times when you are writing your thesis, and I have checked my plagiarism today, when I am submitting my thesis after 6 months, that today my plagiarism, when I checked the index, it was 10%. But after 3 months, when I check my same thesis, it is 20%. So because database is increasing, the whole global database is increasing, people are doing work.
No.
So it
My query is not that
keep increases.
part. What I am telling, in one institute, the paper was rejected due to some reason. Huh? In
Yeah.
institute, the same paper was found to be fully plagiarized because the first institute has saved it, the software, what you were telling. So how to deal with it? Once it is not published but is saved in the software.
Sir, actually, as far as I am aware, when I talk about the reputed journals, normally they ask for the revisions if certain plagiarism is not acceptable or something like this. I need to look on to why this happened, because it's not necessary that the first institute which gave the paper back checked it into Turnitin. You have that proof.
No, later he came to know that the Tantin account was a corporate account or an institution account and it belonged to an
Ah,
entity.
yes, sir.
And it
So
is saved
maybe,
in some repository sort of thing.
sir, that is within the repository problem only then,
So
because he
how
already submitted. That was the reason which I told you earlier, the server.
so how to deal with such things?
So such things I think we need to change the paper itself, or we need to look on. We need to ask them to remove from that database the person who has rejected your paper. Ask them that you have checked in the software, please remove my entry from your database.
If
I
I
think
am
we should take care.
if I am taking my paper and checking in Tantin or Authenticate, will the software keep a copy of it?
Yes, sir, it keeps a copy.
Oh, so next time it will be
And
so.
actually, I also, this is a query which you have given me. I think this is my next part which I have to look on to, because I never faced this. But you have told me this thing, and I think this is a very important turning point, I will say, in research. We need to look on to.
Okay.
Okay, sir. So this is the color schemes, I will say. Normally, the Turnitin report have these schemes. If it is blue, it's 0%, green 1 to 24, yellow it's 25 to 49%. And you might have seen when the report was green, it was 7% to 1 to 24%. So this is a various color scheme. This is very, I think, easy to understand the schemes. Next, we check for the proofreading part. So what is the proofreading? Normally, I've heard this word that once you complete your work, you need to go for proofreading. So you need to check your spellings, you need to check your grammar, you need to check your missing words. It happens because when we are writing, we are only expressing. We are not actually checking it for the proofreading portions. So punctuations, words used inappropriately, printed out to proofread your assignment. Okay, let others or your native speakers read over it. Always after doing your work, share it with others, share with the third person, so that they can actually catch the errors which you have made. So when I talk about the best proofreading tools and software, these are the various tools. Now, these are Grammarly, Perfected, Ginger, Hemingway, Phrase Express. Now, these tools always, you can see, please check on the internet. These tools are freely available on the internet. Only thing is this, they allow you, they have got some features only. The free tools always have some features only, but at times that features are also enough for you people to check. Like if I talk about Grammarly, I will just show you, or you may side by side check your systems also. When I check for Grammarly free tool, in free tool I have to actually copy paste my paragraph into the Grammarly software, it will check for the errors and help me there. But because it was very difficult for me to every time copy paste, so I took a premium version of the tool, which I have just shown you. I will show you again. And Ginger is also another tool. I have used both the tools. Both are perfectly good. Only I will say one drawback is this, that sometimes it makes your Word document bit slow. Otherwise, these tools are very good, which can actually help, especially to those people whose native language is not English and they need to submit the things in English, and some punctuation errors or the grammatical error. I think everybody tends to make such errors. For that purpose, we can use these tools. Now, what is the difference between Grammarly free tool and Grammarly premium tool is this, that advanced grammar, spelling and punctuation checker is available in Grammarly free. Just go write in the Google Grammarly. Okay, a window will come where you have to make, first of all, you make an account, then you'll get a free account. Once you get a free account, you can use Grammarly. But only difference is this, that the many features like sentence structure, hedging language, or other things are not available in your premium, Grammarly premium. Okay, even you have a plagiarism checker in your Grammarly when you take a premium version. Okay, so you can use Grammarly for that. Next comes paraphrasing. I will show you again Grammarly, and I will show you one paraphrasing tool also. Now, what is paraphrasing? First of all, as an academician, I will never say paraphrase the things. But when I say don't paraphrase, then what we'll do when we are writing LR, when we are writing literature review, how should you write literature? So main thing is that you read a paper and write a summary of that paper in your own words. But maybe the choice of your words sometimes again is cached into the plagiarism software. So for that purpose, you can then paraphrase what you wrote. I am not again, please keep a note. Don't copy and paraphrase the things. First, read, summarize, okay, check for the grammatical mistakes, and then you can use your paraphrasing tool if it is plagiarized, your work is plagiarized. So it is one of the most difficult and daunting tasks, I will say. So use intelligent decision-making softwares to figure out the most appropriate words to reword your text depending on the context. Okay. Now, what are the software? These are the naturally artificial intelligence softwares. Artificial intelligence software actually works on algorithms only. So do not trust these softwares that if you are paraphrasing your work and using it as it is, then I think it will never help you. Take a help, just take a little support of these tools, but yes, you have to use your presence of mind while writing in your paper. So what are the various paraphrasing tools? First of all is Plagiarisma. I will share this PPT with you people, and these are the hyperlinks. It will directly take you to the tool. Article Changer, Caligonite, then WordFlood, Ref and Write. Out of these tools, I will recommend Ref and Write, and the which otherwise I use is Quillbot. Now I will show you the Quillbot also. Normally, what is a Quillbot? Is a paraphrasing and summarizing tool also. Let's see this again. Quillbot is free tool, okay, but only difference is this: when you're using a free tool, you can quill, means you can change or paraphrase not more than 700 words, okay, but when you are having a premium tool, you can change or paraphrase 10,000 lines at one time. Okay, so let's see our Quillbot tool.
Ma'am, in this Quillbot tool, the software will suggest itself the
Yeah, I'm showing you, sir.
sentences.
I'm showing you. Sir, I'm showing you.
Okay.
References, sir, what you are saying? No.
No, the sentences will be
Yeah.
framed by the software itself.
Yes, sir. Frame
Okay.
no. So it will suggest you various words actually. Sir, see,
Okay.
you have written papers. May I know your good name, sir?
No, I have not written. I'm a new student in this field, ma'am.
Oh, then it is very important. See, sir, first of all, what you should do, I will tell you the process. First of all, read the papers. What when
Okay.
you're writing your LR, I am especially I find LR the most difficult work. The
Okay, ma'am.
analysis is always yours. Okay.
Okay.
The
Okay.
most difficult I found while writing a paper or writing thesis, dissertation, or checking my mentee's work is LR part. So when I am
Okay.
writing LR, okay, so
Okay.
first of all, you're reading papers. First, start reading the papers. Make a table of those papers. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Download the PDFs. I will give you one source also for downloading the papers. Sometimes you are not able to download the paper.
Okay.
Download your papers. Make a folder of PDFs. Number it 1, 2, 3, 4, and all.
Okay, ma'am.
Make a table. Make a table of your every paper, like serial number 1. Okay.
Okay. Okay,
Paper
ma'am.
name, author's name, year,
Hmm.
and a paragraph of the
Okay.
summary, you can say. And
Okay.
summary normally you get from the introduction and the summary conclusion part. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So
Okay.
this way you just first of all make a table. Done.
Okay.
Then you write your LR. Now, when writing your LR, what happened with me, even writing it in my words also, it was again and again the plagiarism was not acceptable actually. So
Okay.
then I thought to paraphrase it. Paraphrase it means I found words. I should have different words. Then this tool
Okay.
helped me a lot. Now I
Okay.
will give you an example. Please
Thank you.
see the
Thank you.
screen. Okay, okay. It is visible to everyone.
Yes,
One
ma'am.
of you, please say yes.
Yes.
Okay, please look on this. Actually this is the Quillbot premium version with me. Fine. Premium is allowing me 10,000 characters to quill. Okay. And it is always giving me many tabs. I will show you all the tabs one by one. This is my paper. Okay. And I just want to change some lines. For example, I want to change these 5 lines. I just copied and here pasted. There are many tools, but this tool is quite, if I'm using a premium part, see now, if I use standard, please look carefully. When I'm using standard, look on these lines. This is not giving me that creative lines.
It is almost same.
Almost same. So, no, it is changing now. Now look. Okay.
Okay.
Please
Thank
look carefully. I will do requilling again. See, requill. It will quill it again. Okay. Until unless I find it, means like a layman, if I found, see, this tool is not recommended for students. If I, as a teacher, I will never say go and use paraphrasing tool. But I am not saying to use this tool as it is. I am just saying just take a support of these tools very judiciously. Now I am going for creative. Now see, this is a creative. Okay. Now you look this. The person who was just interacting with me, I would like to switch on his mic. I forgot a name. Sorry.
Sadhbir sir, please on your mic.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Sadhbir sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now please see.
Yes.
Is it different or not?
It is different. Quite different.
Quite different. Now let's go for one. Please don't switch off your mic because I always need one of the student communicating one.
Okay.
Now look, is it changing?
Yes.
Okay. I do it. Maybe the see now you have. I am only asking you to see the words. Okay.
Okay.
Now what you should do is just go copy from here and don't use it as it is. Don't use it like this only. Just go here. I am using. I will read it again. I will read 2 times. If I found it understandable, then only I will use it as it is. Otherwise, I will again take some words from my earlier paragraph. This paragraph.
Okay.
Okay. So this way actually I can go for a creative writing. Okay. But yes, this is an AI tool. So don't rely on this so much. I will give you one more. I will show you one more feature. Go to summarize. Summarize means I
Yeah.
just want one or 2 lines only out of this. Now this is summarization. Now see, it is giving the summary of these 5 lines.
Oh.
Normally, I always use summarization only because naturally, but you have to read, sir. because writing, reading is a process which never has to be stopped. Don't copy paste.
Correct.
I
Ma'am?
made the clarity.
Yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, this is Aditi this side.
Yes, yes, please.
Ma'am, I just wanted to know, like, if we are summarizing, so if, like in paraphrasing and literature review, can we summarize the papers also, like reading the introduction and summary part? So can we just summarize the papers, the conclusion,
Ma'am,
and
it is your call. Ma'am, it is your call. Like sometimes, normally what happens is, if you are a research scholar.
yeah, I'm an assistant professor and a research scholar, both.
Okay. So, then it is this tip is for you. What I do is I always read the introduction part. Okay. When I
Okay.
find something interesting in introduction part, then I read the whole paper. Otherwise, I straight away go to the conclusion part, because we have to read more than 200 to 300 papers if I am writing my thesis. Okay.
Right.
Then
Right.
and reading a paper which is illogical or which is not good for me is actually eating my time. So what, this is the way you should do, but always have a look onto the analysis part, right? I think it's clear.
No, ma'am, what I am trying to know is that if I use this tool for literature review and summarizing my papers, say 50 papers, I use this tool to summarize, so will it be judicial? Will it be valid?
Ma'am, no, again I am saying that you have to use this tool with your writing skills. Don't use this tool as it is, because Turnitin is so intelligent software. At times, such type of paraphrasing is caught by the Turnitin also. Okay, so that is why in the starting only I told to, like Sadhbir sir only I told, just summarize it in your words. Okay, but at times we find paucity of words. Like I have written in a layman language, but I want to make it more creative. Then I will come here and take help of it. Okay. As an academician, I cannot ask you to manipulate and write.
Ma'am, sorry to
Yes.
interrupt.
Name?
Sadhbir Singh again.
Yes, Sadhbir.
Ma'am, regarding the question put by Aditi ma'am,
Yes,
suppose if we have downloaded 50 papers or 200 papers, so
Yes, sir.
suppose if we want to summarize the learnings from those literature, so do you advise that first we should summarize, and if we individual papers, and if we find that one paper is particularly good enough, then we should go for detailed reading of that paper?
Yeah. Actually, you should do like that only.
Okay. Thank you.
And one more
Ma'am.
thing. Yes.
Ma'am, may I,
your
ma'am?
name?
Yeah, I'm
Yes, sir.
Niharika, ma'am. Niharika.
Okay.
Yeah, can we use this
Everyone,
for review
Yes.
paper writing also? Will it be useful for that
yes.
also?
See,
Yeah.
ma'am, review paper is somewhat like LR only, I will say.
Yeah.
Review
That's why I
paper,
was
you
asking
should.
it to you.
Ma'am, you can
That will
use,
be
see, ma'am,
very,
everyone.
very useful.
Okay. Ma'am, okay.
Thank you.
I would request, I am happy that you people are listening. That is why you people are questioning me. But only give me 5 more minutes. Let me complete my presentation. Then we can go for an open round questions. Okay, Shivangi ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, we can go for open round.
Let me finish, because there is some more resources for you at the end of your PPT, because the people who are new to the research, I think people hide such things. They
Yes, ma'am.
do not tell such tricks.
Yeah, ma'am. Please finish your presentation. Then we'll keep all the doubts for last.
Yeah. Okay. So
I think
you
Shivangi ma'am
people
can allow for more time also, ma'am. I think some more time
Yeah.
can be allowed by
Yes.
I
we
don't
will
have-
continue.
I don't have any issue, sir. All thing is dependent on Radhika ma'am. If she is ready to answer, I don't have any issues.
I am
We are
available till 7. I am available till 7. No
so
issues.
we are also with you, ma'am. No issue.
Oh, no problem. So I think you have found it very interesting. But again, I am saying, because tomorrow you people should not think that a teacher told us to manipulate. I am saying these tools are just your support elements. Don't use them as you can say just don't trust them so much. Use for your support. Now, when revising a manuscript or responding to peer review comments, you must thank the reviewers. Yeah, this is very important because we are talking about writing part. So at the conclusion, I would like to give you some very important ethical points. Whenever when you're giving a paper to a big journal or a good journal, straight away the paper does not get accepted. It takes around 6 to 8 to 1 year for acceptance, and there are multiple revisions. So the basic ethics are always thank the reviewer and the editors for their time and the comments, and address all points raised by the editors and reviewers in different colors. Now they have given you the review and they have asked you to the resubmission. While resubmitting, don't give the paper just saying yes, we have done. Whatever point they have raised, just color them. Okay, that gives a very good impression. So give a different color text. Return the revised manuscript and respond letter. Always write a letter, attach a letter within the time period allotted by the editor. Never give a over the time work. Okay, writing skill. Now, this is for all the scholars who have just started doing research. You should, this one of my teacher told me, I am telling you people today. So you have to do 1-page writing every day. You purchase a register. This is for Sadbir sir. Purchase a register, select any recent paper of your interest, write a, okay,
Thank you.
write a abstract and conclusion. Okay, do it for 30 days for 2 papers only. Okay, underline the good sentences and how to write abstract and how to conclude the work, you will come to know. This should be the format. Just put the date. This is the, I will say this is commitment, because at the starting of my session I said learning by doing. So that only I am concluding with that remarks only. This is learning by doing. This is the commitment with yourself. Just write the date, title, journal name, abstract and conclusion. Then this, how many of you know about this Sci-Hub? This is Bonanza. This is
Yes, I know.
Bonanza, I will say.
Yes, yes. Bonus.
Yes. How many of many scholars do not know? Actually, I came to know very late. First, trying for the IEEE accesses from different colleges, downloading papers was a hasty task for me. Then I came to know about this resource. Just go to Sci-Hub, copy paste the title of your paper, or if you are not getting that paper, just write DOI. Now I don't guarantee that 100% it will give you the papers, but 90% of the papers you will get on this site, Sci-Hub. But the domain name changes time to time. You have to look onto the Google. From the past 2 years, this is the domain name which can help you. I think many of you already know. If you do not know, please note it out. Next, if you want some,
This is
yes, please.
This is a legal way of doing illegal things as such.
Let me tell you, I should not speak on this platform actually. The academics has become so, you can say, demanding that how many, and you know better, means it is, we need so many of resources. It is illegal, you can say, just like torrent, I will say. But where to go? So we cannot pay so many subscriptions for our papers. So we need it actually. Okay, next. Domain name changes time to time. Okay. Then another I am giving for the books. If you want some books, this is your Genesis. Note out this. Sadbir sir, you have seen this?
Ma'am, yes. No, I have not seen it, but it is a new thing for me. Thank you.
No. You go for any book. If you are not getting book, go here and take a book.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Now, next thing. Now, how we will come to know about the conferences and about the papers, new topics, new researches. So one very important tip for the day is that please join groups. Go and join groups, various academic groups. Okay. Showcase today itself. If you do not have your Research Scholar account, you do not have your ResearchGate account, go and make your account. Show your papers, or you just send your papers to the foreign authors, the other foreign reputed people. Ask for their comments. Okay. Explore these hackathons. If you are from a computer science background, especially these hackathons will help you. Just join them. These are the forums which will help you. Next, join various mailing groups. Again, because I am basically a multidisciplinary person and I am into computer science, so I have my links with these groups. So I have quoted these groups. But yes, once you explore groups, tomorrow I will tell you in Mendeley also we can have many research groups. Join groups. Then, if you're an IT person, if you have done something in your programming, share your code on GitHub. This is also a big repository of your code. Then give weekly, monthly presentations to your friends, boss, students. Okay, record it and improve it, and keep it moving. What I told you earlier, you need to read and cite others' work, publish it. Then go to ask other people to read your paper and ask them to get cited. And sometimes it is mutual also. Let me tell you one more hidden thing, that sometimes citation is a mutual understanding also. It works on mutual understanding also, but citation is needed. So please, from today onwards, start this: read, cite, publish, get read and get cited. This is the outcome. At the end, I will say most experienced writers rewrite their work over and over, refining their thoughts, finding a better way of saying something. This is very important. Always find a better way of saying something, making a long-winded section a bit briefer. Don't write big things. Add more detail to develop an idea. With all these words of wisdom, I say thank you to everyone for joining this session, and I feel it has helped you, and or it will help you a lot in the future. So now the forum is open for the question. You may start. Shivangi ma'am, you might have noted some questions. I should
Yeah, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
just
Ma'am,
give me 1 minute. First of
ma'am,
all, I
thank you
will
very much.
stop. Sir, wait, just give me a minute. I would first stop presenting my screen. Yes, start.
Ma'am, thank you very much. It was very wonderful session, because these are practical things which you have taught today, and these are going to help novice people in research like me. Thank you very
You are,
much.
sir, doing research from where?
I'm doing my PhD from GLA University, Mathura.
Okay, very nice to know that.
And thanks to Rukmani Devi Institute, this is my third webinar from a person from your institute. First, it was Dr. Anil Kumar Goyalji, then
Hanji,
Dr. Pooja.
he's from that place only actually.
है ना?
Mathura.
He's from Mathura,
Yeah.
right? And then Dr. Pooja,
Yes, sir.
Pooja Mehta, and then third is yourself. So
Oh, sir, very nice.
thanks to Rukmani Devi Institute for producing such wonderful professors.
Oh, sir,
Thank you.
these words have made my day. And
Thank
I will
you.
request you to further also. Shivangi ma'am has given us a platform. Further also, she will be giving such wonderful platforms. And me also, you can find me also at
Okay.
various platforms. There are so many due in coming months. Please join that workshop also.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes.
Ma'am, there is a doubt from Mona Lisa saying she is asking that is Spinboard good for paraphrasing?
Yeah, it is good, but if you check, see, I told you there are n number of tools. Okay, it is upon your wisdom, your choice, which tool is suitable for you. But again, Spinboard will give you very standard paraphrasing. If you want something creative, then go for the premium tools. And again, someone can ask me the question. Let me clear it first only. That premium tools are costly. Again, you make a group, take that tool, share a login ID. And I have seen nowadays many people are working as a third party and giving accounts of these tools for months, for year. Next, ma'am.
Ma'am, next question is like, is SCI Hub good for non-science papers?
Okay.
SCI Hub good for non-science papers?
Science Direct, she's saying about the
Yeah.
Scopus index, है ना? She's talking about.
No. She's not talking about Scopus Index. She's talking about the tool you mentioned about for downloading the papers.
Okay,
SCI
okay.
Hub.
Okay, I misunderstood. Actually, SCI.hub is not a tool. It's just a website, a repository. First thing. Secondly, yes, you can download any discipline paper. That is not only technology papers, any paper, management paper, social science paper, any other paper. I can see somebody called Prosper. I think he's out of this country.
Yeah.
He's from which place?
Prosper. I think he slept it out. I don't remember he's from which place.
Okay. Actually, no problem. And next question, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. This is Aditi Singhal again, ma'am. First of all, this was a very informative session. So
Thank you so much,
and
Aditi,
look
ma'am.
forward for the session again tomorrow. Ma'am, actually, I am doing my research in the management HR field, human
Okay,
resources management from ICFA University, Dehradun, and I am an assistant professor there. So what is
Okay.
happening is I am currently I have done my literature review. So in the literature review, what is happening? I am drowning in the information. There are so many research papers. I am unable to identify, like from the keywords, what is
Okay.
helpful and what is not helpful. How to shortlist the papers.
Okay, let me tell you one thing. Do one thing. First of all, only take those papers which are published into good journals. First point. Okay.
Okay.
Second
Okay.
point, only take normally we take last 5 years paper. Now you are into a confusion that you have got lots of research. So you just go for last 3 years. So this way you will
Okay.
filter up your this huge database.
And this Shodh Ganga also should I use?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I forgot to mention, Shodh Ganga is a repository of published thesis. Okay. Now, if you are working into ICFI, what you do is don't look onto the other papers. First of all, go and see your ICFI thesis which are already there. Okay. You'll come to know about the rough idea what is the structure of the thesis. Then you can actually check for your topic also if you want to see any other work.
Okay.
It is up to you. See, ma'am, here comes the scholar's wisdom actually. So one more tip I would like to give you. When you write your thesis, you have to show your struggle into it. Thesis is a struggle. And when you start showing your struggle there, then it is accepted in the first go.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
See, I can only share why because I am telling you only last 15 days has passed. I have submitted my thesis. So these are whatever I have discussed today is my struggle.
And ma'am, can we have your contact details, please?
Yes, this is my contact, ma'am.
I will be sharing the contact details. Not an
Ma'am,
issue.
you'll get my PPT in the front page itself. You will get my email ID and my contact number.
Okay,
And
ma'am, it was a pleasure interacting with you, ma'am.
thank you.
Radhika ma'am, may I? Radhika ma'am,
Yes.
Radhika. Yeah,
Ma'am,
first of
I
all,
want to see you. Actually, if you can, okay, don't switch on your video. Just tell me your name.
yeah, I am Niharika.
Niharika ji. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Niharika ji.
Yeah, first of all, your session was really good, very informative.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a
Thank
lot
you.
for that.
Thank you.
One related question right now, this girl asked. I just wanted to know that how many literature reviews should be there in a research paper, like a research article, if I'm writing, right? No, I'm not
Article.
talking about thesis, right?
Okay,
If I'm
okay.
writing a research paper, but is there any limitation to put it into the literature review portion? How many papers I should say?
Ma'am, I will tell you into parts. First of all, ma'am, I can only recommend because
Yeah.
I am also a part of your community only. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
don't take it strictly.
Right, right.
First, I can only recommend is, ma'am, first of all, many journals, they pay attention on the number of pages. Okay, ma'am. If it is your review paper, then your LR portion will be big enough.
Yeah,
But if it is your if it is the paper where you are focusing on analysis part, okay, then I think 10 to 15 LR is more than enough.
Okay.
and that also recent one. But if it is a review paper, then you should have LR subdivided into the main keywords or headings which you are talking about.
Yeah. Another question, Radhika ma'am. You
Ji, ma'am.
talked a lot about this Turnitin, right? It is a paid version, you said.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there any reliable software which is free, which you would like to suggest
Ma'am,
for
actually,
plagiarism checking?
no, ma'am. Actually, all the softwares bluff you. Because
Okay.
see, ma'am, if you are submitting your paper to a high index journal,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and you checked your paper at your end on some online plagiarism software,
Yeah.
okay, you
Mhm.
cannot rely on that. There are
Okay.
so many softwares, but reliable is Urkud is also reliable. You might have heard about Urkud,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay. Urkud, if Urkud is giving me 5% plagiarism, Turnitin will give me 9%.
Yeah. Okay.
Getting my point? So
Yeah, yeah,
Urkud, Turnitin, Authenticate, and the ones I have mentioned you in my PPT, they
yeah.
are all reliable, but they are
Okay.
all paid, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much, Radhika ma'am. Yeah, I would like to
Uh,
interact you once again. If you'll arrange any other program like this, please inform me also, as your
okay.
my email ID
Sure,
is there with the
ma'am. Sure,
Shivangi
sure,
ma'am.
sure.
It's nice
And
interacting with you.
so nice of you. I'm so happy to receive such positive response for all of you.
Yeah, very
Uh,
good. Thank you.
Ma'am,
Thank you.
everyone, I would make one more announcement for you people. If you want any Turnitin report, okay, for 1 or 2 months, I have a contact who can help you out. Okay, I will ask that person to help you. And for any other query purpose, I am always open. So you can never hesitate to talk to me. And if you people want to tell me something, then also I will welcome.
Hello.
Anji, yes,
Hello,
Monalisa.
ma'am. Yes, here it is. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the
Hmm.
session was very good, and I love that one-page writing idea. It's very nice
Thank you.
idea to be committed with our work. And ma'am, actually nowadays our guide are asking about systematic literature review, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
meta-analysis on
yeah, yeah,
literature review.
yeah.
So I would request you to have a particular session on this literature
We
review
can
only.
have that is
And
en vivo. We have to
yeah, yeah.
actually there's so much to tell you people. I can take this session for 5 days. There is a tool called en
Yes,
vivo.
ma'am. So, yeah, you can arrange one more workshop on this literature review that will be very much helpful to
Thank you.
many
I will
beginners.
request Shivangi ma'am. We'll again have.
Sure, ma'am.
I will make you people learn word cloud. That will help you in R. That will help you to make your objectives and LR.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you
Word
so
cloud.
much. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
beta. Okay.
Yeah, hi, good evening.
Hi, ma'am.
This is Diba.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, Diba.
Ma'am, I have written a conceptual paper right now,
Please
and
introduce yourself, please. Please introduce
yeah,
because I will come to know about the level you're a student or a academician.
okay. So I am a PhD scholar from IIT Madras,
Okay.
and I finished my coursework, and right now I'm in the process of writing a conceptual paper.
Okay. Okay.
So the thing is that what I'm researching on is pretty much a new topic, and I've
Okay.
had to come up with almost a new theory. So the citations in my paper, I've not yet submitted it to a journal, but the citations are 70. And I've heard that it's not very good to have so many citations. But in my case, I think I've had to read so much in order to come up with this theory. Do you think it wise to submit it with so many references, or should I cut down the references?
No, no, ma'am. I think I don't know. You are talking about you have cited 17, 17,
70, 70, 70.
70. Ma'am, referencing. I don't mind giving huge references, but yes, it should not be the way like you are having a 5-page paper and 70 references. We have to
My
keep a
paper
balance.
is 33 pages.
Ma'am, it's okay.
It's okay.
That, ma'am, and let me tell you one more thing, very interesting thing to everyone. Just
Yeah.
check your paper and turn it in. If your referencing has
Yeah.
various colors, Again, check your paper and turn it in. If you're referencing portion, okay, don't exclude your bibliography. Include your bibliography. And if your bibliography is multicolored, okay, then
Yeah.
that is the indication that you have very well cited your work, okay. But if
Okay.
it comes for one color only, it is of one color only, then you
Yeah.
have to rework. I am giving you a
Okay.
tip,
Okay. Thank you so much.
and you can
And
go ahead with it.
okay. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Okay, best of luck.
Thank you.
Next.
I think we are over with the Q and A. Okay, Santosh sir is asking the question. Yes, sir.
मैडम तो 2-3 क्वेश्चन है. एक जो
हाँ सर.
लिटरेचर रिव्यू के लिए जो स्पेसिफिक हम कोई पेपर बनाएंगे, will it be
Yes, sir.
counted as a research paper for thesis?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. It will be counted. I myself have written 2 papers on literature review. सर एक्चुअली आपको पता है आपका अगर लिटरेचर रिव्यू का पेपर बहुत अच्छा लिख लेते हो ना अगर आप, तो इवन यू कैन सेंड इट फॉर हाई इंडेक्स जर्नल्स आल्सो. आप आज ही चेक करना. यू आर इन व्हिच डिसिप्लिन सर?
मैं बैंकिंग फाइनेंशियल एजुकेशन में हूँ.
ओके मींस ओके मतलब आप मैनेजमेंट वाले में हो, तो आप प्लीज चेक करना सिस्टमैटिक लिटरेचर रिव्यू. आप ये कीवर्ड लिखना और अपना टॉपिक लिखना. आपको कितने अच्छे जर्नल्स और पेपर दिखाई देंगे. तो राइटिंग अ लिटरेचर रिव्यू पेपर इज मोर डिफिकल्ट देन राइटिंग एन एनालिसिस पेपर. बट नॉर्मली हमारे को एक मिथ होता है माइंड में कि हम रिव्यू पेपर लिख रहे हैं वो तो बेकार होगा. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है सर.
वो थीसिस के लिए जो एक पेपर जरूरी है वो उसमें काउंट हो सकता है?
सर वो जरूरी नहीं. सर आपका कंटेंट नहीं मैटर करता, ये मैटर करता है कि आपने उसको कहाँ पर पब्लिश किया है. You get it published at a high index journal, it will definitely be counted.
अच्छा, और दूसरा मैम ये है कि केस स्टडीज अगर लिखते हैं उसके लिए कोई स्पेसिफिक जर्नल है जो छापते हैं या केस स्टडीज सभी एक्सेप्ट करते हैं?
तो मेरे हिसाब से तो सर ये आपको थीम देखना पड़ेगा जर्नल का. उनके प्रीवियस आप उनके वो देख ले एक बार कैसे वो पेपर किस तरह के स्कोप है उनका पेपर के पब्लिकेशंस का. मेरे हिसाब से तो सभी करते हैं केस स्टडी. वेलकम
मैम. और एक ही सवाल है कि जैसे ऑथेंटिकेट या टर्नटिन हम यूज कर रहे हैं, तो मैं जब मैं मतलब ऑथेंटिकेट या टर्नटिन सॉफ्टवेयर जब यूज कर रहे हैं फॉर प्लेगियरिज्म, उसमें हम जब चेक कर रहे हैं सेम क्वेश्चन कि वो उसमें कुछ है ऑप्शन कि मैंने जो चेक किया उसको हटा दो बोल के?
सर इसके ऊपर ना मुझे चेक करना पड़ेगा, वो हट जाता है. और कहीं तो मैंने पढ़ा था अभी, मुझे ना एक्चुअली यहीं पे पता चला, एक सर ने मुझसे कोई एक बैड एक्सपीरियंस शेयर किया किसी का, तो मुझे इसके ऊपर देखना पड़ेगा एक्चुअली. पर मैंने ये सॉफ्टवेयर जब मैं इसमें काम कर रही थी तो उन्होंने कहा था कि जब आप रीसबमिट करते हैं तो पुरानी कॉपी हट जाती है. उसमें तो ये लिखा था, पर लेकिन जो सबने बात बताई है उसकी वजह से तो आई एम ऑल्सो इन अ डाउट.
Ma'am, somebody has written that there are some foreign participants in this workshop, so please use English for communication.
I am so sorry. Actually, that na Patnaik
it is sir. It is an international platform basically created by Shivangi ma'am.
I am so sorry.
Thank you, sir.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. They are from Nigeria. They are from Boston, so they are having those.
Actually, Mr. Patnaik started conversing in Hindi, and I just forgot, and I gave the answer in Hindi.
No issue. Patnaik sir is also welcome to speak in his language.
Thank you. No problem. Thank you for reminding.
Is it necessary to take the organization or mission wherever we are working before publishing a paper?
Sir, I think no. If you are submitting a paper to your, if you want your paper to be counted in thesis, then you do not have to mention your institution's name.
No, I am telling, should we take their institution's permission?
No, I don't think so. And I will suggest you, if it is possible, when you ever write your author's name, na, you write your like Miss Dash and Dash Patnaik, associate professor, this and this college, and research scholar this university. You may sometimes write both the things also. Actually, you never need, at our North India, I have never heard that we need a permission. If you are taking reimbursement, then naturally you need to take permission.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Everybody is asking for the presentation. So you will be sharing today or you will be sharing tomorrow?
If okay, I'll be sharing today itself with you, Shivangi ma'am. You can share with these. By 8 o'clock, I will share with you.
Okay.
Hi, ma'am. Radhika, ma'am, can you hear me?
Yeah. May I know your good name?
I'm Jibin.
Okay. You are from?
I'm presently now in Qatar. I'm working in a research department in Hamad Medical Corporation from Biomedical Research.
Okay, sir. Good to know, sir.
Okay. First of all, I'm very thankful to you for a wonderful presentation you have presented today. It was
Thank you so much.
My question is, suppose I want to publish a literature, review of literature. Should I go for a summary of the review of literature or the systematic review approach? Which one will be the
systematic, sir? Actually, you should, if it is possible, go for a systematic.
Systematic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Means systematic is a bit detailed and it has got a different way of writing that you have to look onto your study part. You see,
Madam, we look for your seminar or workshop for systematic literature review.
Sir, okay, I'll plan because I'll definitely you people are into now.
Yes, ma'am. I want to interrupt. Yeah, I want to interrupt. Surely, I will conduct. We will be talking it later on, and we will be conducting a workshop on literature review because we are getting such a great feedback. So I don't think that Radhika ma'am will also deny for the same. So we will discuss.
I will try my level best. Maybe in coming month we can plan so.
Yeah, sure. We will discuss and let you all know.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
And I think we have covered all the doubts, or anyone else still left to interact? No issue.
Yes,
I would, foreign authors, foreign delegates, I think they should also ask something.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Can you hear my voice?
Yeah,
yes,
ma'am, Dr. Mary.
Yeah,
she's having doubt.
Yeah, first of all, I congratulate both the organizer and the presenter. Just I am going to share, my experience from my scholar. One of the person,
so nice of you.
Yeah, one of the person. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Yeah, one of the person asked about the tutoring, the software. If you are already checked that, if again second time if you are going, it is showing more plagiarism. If you are the same author for both, you can write letter to the tutoring. You have to send the letter. They will compare and remove the things from the database. Then you can continue. Because this experience had happened to one of the scholar. That's why it is also possible when you are using tutoring. If you are the same author, you can write back to them to remove the database. Again, you can check. This is the thing I want to share with you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your presentation.
Ma'am, you have given this reliable statement actually with your experience. I'm so nice, so thankful to you. The same thing actually I told one of the, I don't know the name of the person who was querying before, the bad experience one had. So I think this is clear. We should ask the authority to.
It would be a great importance for him, ma'am. Thank you, Mary, ma'am, for giving me the suggestion.
Thank you.
Yeah,
so
you're
much.
welcome.
Any more queries?
Yes, I have one more query. My name
please,
is Peter, a Kenyan.
Yes, Peter. Yes, yes, please.
Yes. The question that I have is one on Grammarly. The one while you're using the advanced, or rather the premium version to check plagiarism. From your experience, would you say that it's something that is reliable while checking for plagiarism, or should someone use it together with other applications such as Turnitin and so on, especially while you're checking for plagiarism. That is when using Glammarly Premium. Then the second question is, based on your experience, do you have any suggestion of an app that someone can use, particularly when they are doing the literature review, maybe to download the papers, save them, and also save a summary of the papers that will help them now write the whole literature review? Do you have an app, or do you know of any software that helps to make that work easier, of downloading the papers, saving them in one place, and also saving the summary that helps someone easily refer to the paper? Thank you very much.
Yes, Peter, first of all, I would like to address your first question. I would not recommend only Grammarly to check for a plagiarism. Grammarly, you check for grammar, punctuation, and other things. And for plagiarism, again and again, I'm saying go for authenticated softwares. The topmost is your Turnitin and then Urkund, and others I have mentioned in the PPT, which you will get today. And the second part where you are saying, what I have understood, you are asking about the literature, for literature review. When we are collecting our papers, you need some repository. Yes, tomorrow definitely we are talking about Mendeley. That is an Elsevier open source tool. And everyone, I would request, as Peter is saying, I would request everyone to use laptop tomorrow. Maybe many of you might be using cell phones today for attending the lecture. Tomorrow I will request everyone to be in your laptops and keep your things handy, such like keep your some PDFs of your work with you. Okay, so we will be having our hands-on experience tomorrow on Mendeley. So Peter, I think that will give you the answer for this. In Mendeley, you have a repository of all your work, and you can cite it in a fraction of seconds. You can change 100 times your citation styles, or you can cite many chapters with the same author name. So tomorrow you'll have a hands-on practice on that. So tomorrow I think we have 40 candidates who have joined with us. I want everyone to have hands-on tomorrow. We'll be waiting for everyone to finish their work. Then we'll move further. I think we have done this.
Good afternoon. Hello, good evening.
Manikandan, है ना? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Manikandan,
Please
ma'am.
introduce yourself. You're from where?
Yes, ma'am. I'm from Tamil Nadu, Government College of Technology, Coimbatore, ma'am. I'm working as a research scholar doing PhD under Anna University.
Okay, sir.
Actually, for our university, we're having the Woodbridge software for us, ma'am. In that we use what is it? We having some self plagiarism. For example, I'm doing one paper. I'm checking once with that Urkund. Again, I'm checking for another the same paper. My same sentence are plagiarized, showing the plagiarism. How can I avoid such a thing?
Sir, first of all, whatever you have written, you have to rewrite it. Because self-plagiarism at some universities, it is not allowed. Like you were talking about your own. And in that case, because in my university also it was not allowed. In that case, if you have to, whatever you have written earlier, you will be attaching as preprints in your thesis, and you should paraphrase it and quote in your thesis wherever you want to write in a chapter. You have to rewrite, sir. Even if you have written, and again you have to cite yourself. So means always self-citation is important here.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, Deba ma'am is having a doubt that do we need to download Mendeley today, or do we have any kind of homework for tomorrow?
It is up to you if you can download. I never wanted to give you homework, but maybe there are downloading involves two things actually: desktop version and plugin. If you can download today, that is well enough. It is your call, or we will give you time. It takes around 5 minutes only. We will give you enough time to download tomorrow. Anything else?
So, ma'am, you mean to say that whenever we write next paper,
Yeah.
So we should not repeat whatever we have written in the previous paper of our own.
No, if you want to repeat, sir, repeat it. Nobody is saying do not repeat. Always in a literature, and I will, though I will also recommend you people always cite yourself. Okay, you should repeat, but paraphrase it. Change the words and cite yourself. Always do self citation, because see, we all are into the field where we are all learners and we are very new to the research field. So getting citation is very difficult. So always cite yourself also. At least your citation will increase. This is number game.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Is there any package or template for thesis writing?
Package like?
For thesis writing.
Sir, package means what you mean by package?
मतलब एक set template or some format.
Okay, sir, don't go for that. I am again telling you, you are which university you are?
Utkal.
Utkal. Just go and find into your Shodh Ganga. Go to Shodh Ganga. Check your thesis of your university there, and check the recent thesis which is submitted there, and check the structure of that thesis. Just copy paste that at your desk and copy the structure. I think that is the best way, because there is no definite way, definite format, because every university has a different format.